peony-like flower is tilted in this direction, so it's a flower we're very much going to look down on. So just as before, I'm going to remove wood around the outside, but particularly more down this edge. So this is a high edge here, lower down there. So again, as before, I'm just going to put a buffer zone around, just on the outside. That just helps the eye through. A little protection there. And then starting to remove wood. So nice and deep this side, might even go a bit deeper, shallow this side, and then just roughly set in these outline of the petals, like so. Don't have to be too exact because these are going to be right down the bottom, but just to get us in the right sort of area. So just chop that out here. There's a ball in the middle here, which is the centre of the peony-like flower, and then in that ball there is a sort of hole cut in, but the ball itself has a high spot, if you like, up here. So this up here and here is wood that we're at the top of the carving, and then down the bottom this will come right round and below here. So I would try and visualise that and then mark some high spots so that you can then start taking wood from here and down around here. So these petals will be coming down here. So getting a sort of rough picture of how those petals are going to go, and then we can start rounding over this centre ball. Now don't make it too small, so we'll just separate it off a little bit like this, so we have a sense of where it is. Then up the top end here we can start coming in like this, so this is still high and the petal is going to come over and down into the ball there, like that. And then on this side here, we can start rounding it over, like so. So again, as before, I'm not paying too much attention to my drawing. Once I've got in there with the carving tools, I'm going to feel that starting to get a sense of the ball. More wood will have to come away here. I can work this down a little bit as I get there. So the ball, as it comes around, it's actually going to go underneath. So this will start undercutting slightly here as we come over. So we're creating a proper ball with a top, a side, and then underneath. So I pushed in the wood immediately around the ball, so in here, so the petals come down and in. I can even push those back further at some point. So the ball itself, we're going to change the shape a little bit because it's not round like this. It's sort of want to get a sense of coming over. So I'm going to actually flatten this side here, which is probably where this opening will be down here. So it's a bit flat on that side and a bit more gently sloped over this side here. So it's coming out and then fairly sharp down. Now these petals will come over and in, and when you feel ready you can start separating them off, picking a gouge that sort of matches that shape, coming around, just separating one from the next. See, this one's coming over here. So it's a mixture of flattening off this ball. Where is that? There it is. I'm sorry if I've been getting in the light a little bit. It's always a little tricky carving and being filmed at the same time, but you can see what I'm doing here, which is flattening off the back here, coming round, still coming round underneath, keeping this fairly big, and separating off these these petals here. So this comes nice and deep in here. In there. So there's a little petal behind here. Okay, and with that we've got a sort of rough peony shape. We've got the leaves, the petals here. We've got the ball, which is going to be hollow somewhere in here, and petals around here. And we've got the different leaves separated. So at this stage, it's as if the flower's been bosted in. We've got all the main shapes in place. Here's a high spot still up here. Down here is really low. Here will be the hole in the middle of the peony, and this part here is slightly lower than this, but only a little. So get it to this stage, and then we can move on to start refining some of these shapes and the petals.